This is Debbie, and welcome to my Offbeat Journey to becoming a full-time location-independent freelancer. I'll be sharing my tips and tricks as well as the realities of this offbeat lifestyle. Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining me for a new episode of my Offbeat Journey. And today we're going to talk about traveling to escape. And I have been really thinking about this for a little bit of time now because my life has definitely changed within a few years, actually within a few weeks since speaking with you, because now I'm full-time freelancer, full-time location independent. So I think I had mentioned this before, but for several years, I've always had panic attacks in January, especially after my birthday, because my birthday is the end of December, after Christmas, into the new year. As I get older, I always have these panic attacks, and I always thought that it was because I needed to travel. And I came to realize that it wasn't about travel. It was really about me not loving where I am at that stage of my life, not really loving where my life was leading, and wanting to be out of a situation that I didn't want to be in anymore, specifically the day job. And I knew I wanted to do something where I had more freedom in my life in terms of being able to work from wherever and also having something that was more creative. And I didn't realize this until right before I started my podcast. And I spoke to someone about it, and everything just clicked. And the panic attacks used to happen every 4 months, and specifically every January or right around my birthday. And once I realized that and I started really working on my goals and my dreams and what I wanted to do with my life, the panic attacks started to become less. And now it actually did not happen this year, even though there were so many things that was going on in my life that I should have been panicking about and nervous about and have anxieties about. But it didn't actually happen this January, which was not surprising because I knew I was actually doing something that I wanted to do, even though everything was so nerve-wracking, leaving my day job and starting this new life for myself. Where is my income gonna come from? All of those things, obviously, they all come into place, and I'm pretty sure that maybe in a few months I'll start panicking. And it made me really realize that for a few years, these panic attacks that I thought were because I wanted to travel was not because of travel. It was because I was in a situation in my life that I didn't want to be in. And I used travel as an excuse for me to escape those issues and those problems. And once I realized that, and once I really started tackling what I needed to tackle, it didn't happen anymore, and it's not happening anymore. So I just wanted to talk to you about that. Are you using travel as an escape as well? Because that's what was happening to me, and it really made a huge change in my life once I started to realize that. And solving those issues are always going to be there when you come back home, even from your travels. And it was pretty amazing when I started changing my mindset about what I wanted my life to be, how everything started to change. There was a turning point in my life, and traveling for me no longer felt the same. There were actually a few moments in 2018 that I started turning down opportunities to travel because it was taking me away from my goals in life. And that's when I knew that there was a bigger goal and there was something more in my life that I wanted to accomplish besides traveling. Don't get me wrong, travel is still a huge part of my life, and I still plan to do that this year, but it takes on a new meaning when it's something that is no longer for me to use as an escape, because now I am ready to embrace all of the different things that's happening to me and working towards those goals that I really wanted to do. So now traveling is more for leisure and for fun, and no longer for me to escape. I mean, obviously before it was also for fun, but and also because of the fact that now traveling can also be work for me. So it's it takes on a totally different new meaning. So I just wanted to see if you're also thinking about that. I mean, why do you always want to travel? Is it because you want to explore and see the world, or is it because you're also trying to escape from something? It really started to dawn on me that everything was changing when I was actually away traveling, and I wanted to come home really badly because it was stopping me from doing what I really needed to do, which was my podcast, and really focusing on it. And it was stopping me from focusing. So traveling, I had to do it much less than I was doing before because it was hindering me from accomplishing the goals that I wanted in the long term. And obviously I'm still going to travel this year. I have a few things that I have in mind, whether it's just in the US or maybe living somewhere for a month here or there, but it's no longer an escape. It's just a part of life, and I'm really happy to be in that situation. And now I think of it as a way to discover and to have different experiences instead of like me trying to escape from something. So do you feel that as well? Do you also feel like there's something else that is bothering you in your life and you're using it as an escape for something else? So if you are, maybe think about that. Maybe think about what you can do to solve those issues. Because like I said before, it's always going to happen. It's going to continue to happen. If you're like me and you had those panic attacks, you're going to have them here and there, or all the time sometimes. But once you realize what the goals and the dreams are and you're working towards it, those panic attacks or those anxieties will slowly disappear, and you're going to be working towards your goals. So let me know what you think about it, if you have that kind of mindset too, and if you had a turning point as well, and let me know, and I would be glad to talk to you about it as well. I'm also really excited to be giving you guys more content now that I'm able to work on my podcast and also website full time. So I'm going to give you more freebies on how to start your own podcast and how to work remotely, how to be location independent, and also create income from it. So stay tuned for more of that from my Offbeat Journey episodes, and also check out the offbeatlife.com for more posts and freebies and more resources. And I can't wait to talk to you more about what's happening. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey Offbeat family, I really appreciate you listening to this episode. I would love to hear more from you and what you think of the podcast. Suggestions on guests, topics we can discuss, or maybe you just want to be friends. Why don't we chat some more on Facebook at The OB Life, or send me a message at hello@theoffbeatlife.com. I can't wait to hear from you.